Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. I just want to share some nuggets. So not corn nuggets. Gold nuggets, like tips. Tips like how to buy a car. Now, this is what you guys need to do. If you are in the market to buy a car, I recommend, so you won't get stuck with a lemon, you won't get stuck with a car you're not gonna like. It's like getting married. You find a woman, you fall in love with her, but first you forgot to check her out. You forgot to, you forgot to find out where she's coming from. You forgot, and you failed, and you overlooked to see who is this woman you're gonna get married to. You gotta, we all make mistakes, okay? But once you make a mistake twice, 3 times, it's time to stop, sit back, and take a good look at yourself. Where in the world are you failing? Do an inventory of your life. Say, I failed my marriage twice, and I'm gonna go for my 3rd marriage. Now you gotta find out. You gotta look back. You gotta do an inventory. Find out what the heck made you fall in the first place. In your first marriage. Find out what happened to your first marriage. How did it end it? What happened? Who started it? Now if you started it, don't expect nothing in return. Because if you're innocent, like you say you are, and then I can understand, okay? Innocent until proven guilty. But that's not the case over here. We're not in a court. The thing is, what I'm trying to tell you is, make sure when you find a woman, make sure first and foremost, make sure that you know this person very well. You gotta find out what ticks her, what ticks her off, what gets her pissed off, what gets her angry, what gets her happy, joyous, and all that kind of stuff. You gotta put all that in perspective. Find out what is what. Sometimes you gotta play tricks. Sometimes you have to test a person. You gotta test a person to see where they're coming from. Because they're gonna do it to you too. Believe it or not, they're gonna do it to you. Oh yeah. They're gonna check you out, your feelings. They're gonna check out your reaction. They're gonna check out how you react under certain circumstances. They're gonna react. They might even put you to a test to see if you fall with anybody else. Okay, it happened before, so don't think it's gonna be that easy. You gotta do the same thing to the person. They do it to you, you gotta do it to them. You gotta be wise. Make sure where they're at. Make sure. I'm not saying call the cops, call the FBI, go search a background. I'm not saying that. In some cases, yes. If you got doubts. Okay, about buying cars, that also applies, not completely, but partially. What I mean by that? That means when you go buy a car, first check out what are the best options out there when it comes to the mileage, how many miles per gallon, what is the range. The range is how far can I go from here, how far can I go on a full tank. For example, like my car, my Ford Fusion Hybrid, when I used to fill it up all the way to the top, it used to give me 500, close to 600 range, meaning that I can go to Houston 4 hours and come back on a full tank and still have enough to drive around a little bit in San Antonio. What I'm trying to say is, you gotta find out all that. Don't buy yourself an 8-cylinder or 6-cylinder if you plan to spend a lot of money in gas, because those cars, the 6 and the 8s, those cars, they drink a lot of gas. They consume a lot of gas. They will empty your wallet in a month. You're gonna have to have a second job for those cars. What I try to say is, please, don't do like my son did. I told him, listen, bro, please go to a place, a notable dealership that is brand name, that they know, people know them, and then everybody knows them. They're credible and so forth. And I told them, go there. If not, shop around. See, you could get the best deal. So what did this guy do? He went the total opposite what I told him to do. He went, of course, he went to a garage, not a dealership. He went to a guy's garage. They say Pepe, Mr. Ramirez, Pepe Auto Cars, whatever. He went to a guy like that, and the guy sold him a freaking car that he had to put, that when he wound up buying it, he got stuck with a $12,000 bill. $12,000. On top of that, he had to fix the 2 CV joints. He had to fix the front and back end brakes. He had to fix so many things that this is unbelievable. In other words, if he would have bought it pre-owned, that's different. There, at least there, you know that the car, they fixed it before they sold it. Okay? But over here, they didn't do that. This guy, what he did, he went to the police auction. He went to pick up cars for $100, $200, $300, whatever. He took them to his lot. He took it to his lot and sold them for $12,000, $15,000. So he saw a fool coming around, because that's what they're waiting for. They're waiting for the most gullible person in the whole world. They're waiting for somebody that doesn't know crap about cars, doesn't know too much about cars, and they just suck him in and then make him sign a paper, and he's gonna wind up paying, he's gonna get stuck with a bill for $16,000, $15,000, $12,000, $11,000. So now my son is stuck with a $12,000 bill. After I told him, my son, go here, go there, go check, go do your research. He just went on his own. And look what happened now. Now he's pissed off. Now he don't understand what's going on. So I said, you know what? That's your problem. So that's what I'm saying. Find out which cars are the best when it comes to gas, the range, the comfort, how does it feel? Does it feel like you're driving a box or you're driving a car? Because some cars, they feel like you're driving a metal box. You could hear that they're cheap metal. You gotta get a solid car, and you could feel solid inside. You know what I mean? Anyways, let me tell you something. Just do that. Double check, do your research before you buy a car.